Welcome to episode 10 of Minecraft Windows 10 Edition, How to Survive and Thrive. In this episode, I want to build a furnace array so that we can do some auto-smelting. But we also want to collect a few things to learn how to make glass and find some clay as well. And I'll show you how to smelt that up and what you can do with it. So first of all, let's go ahead and build the array. I've already gathered the stuff that we need. It's here in this chest, and we're going to make some hoppers. We've got two furnaces we're going to use. We need some chests to hold the stuff in. I'm going to show you how to make a hopper real quick. I have 5 of the 6 that I need in order to do the project. So let me show you that real quick. So to make a hopper, you need 1 chest and 5 pieces of iron. So you take a chest, set it in the center, and then you're going to put a piece of iron here, here, and then 1 in the center at the bottom, and that creates a hopper. Okay, let's go ahead and grab all these things that we're going to need here, and I'll show you what they are and what they do. And as you can see here, I've got some smooth stone that I've already smelted earlier. So let's find an area where we want to set this up. This will be fine right here, actually. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to put down a double chest. Let me do this. Let me get these arrows out of the way. Oh, I had to make this bow because there was a creeper wandering around up here earlier, and he was kind of scary. I didn't want him to come around while I'm recording this and blow us up. But I made the bow, and I'll show you how to do that in another episode when I get enough string to make another one, and I'll show you how it's done. It's pretty easy though. Anyways, let's start by putting down a double chest here. Okay, I'm going to come behind it. I'm going to select my hopper. And what I want to do is I want to shift click and place the hopper into the back of this. Place 1 there and 1 there. Now, you have to shift click, otherwise if you try to place it, it's going to open up the chest like that. Also, we want to point it at the item that we want the hopper to work with. So what happens with the hopper is it collects items from above it, pulls them down, and puts them into an item beneath it. In this case, we wanted to put it into this chest that's in front of it. So when you do that, you kind of see that there's this pipe that comes out the side of the hopper, and that wherever that points is where that is going to go to. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our furnaces, and I'm going to shift click. Now if I just try to place the furnace here, it's going to open up the hopper, and you can see it's got item slots just like a chest or something else does. So we need to shift click, and then I'm going to place a furnace there and a furnace there. So what's going to happen is as an item gets smelted in the furnace, the hopper is going to suck up the smelted item and put it in this chest. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our hoppers. I'm going to put a hopper here and a hopper here, and that's going to be for our for the fuel that we're going to use. We're going to put a chest on top of here for the fuel, and then I'm going to place a hopper. Now, see, shift click, 1 on top here, if I can. See if I can jump up on this. There we go. Place a hopper here and 1 here. Alright, now I'm going to knock these leaves out of the way here. I'm going to shift click and place a chest there and a chest there. Jump down here. See if I can get a chest up here and here. Okay, there's our auto smelter. So chest on the top are items that you want to smelt. Chest here is for the fuel, and the chest on the bottom is where the stuff comes out. So, for example, let's open up the fuel chest, and we're going to drop in a stack of 64 coal. You can see it's starting to count down because the hoppers are sucking the coal out and putting them into the furnaces. So if we come over here and we click on the furnace, you can see it's putting the coal into the furnace for us. And if we come up here, and I've got a stack of cobblestone. I'm going to take the cobblestone, I'm going to drop it in there. And when you put cobblestone into a furnace, it turns it into smooth stone. And that's how I got all this smooth stone here. So as you can see, we can look at our furnace here. Let's look at this one. You can see there's 31 in there because it's already dropped one. And it automatically drops out and goes into the chest beneath. So if we open up this chest, you see there's 4 pieces of smooth stone in there. And that's how an auto smelter works. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to go gather some sand. And we need that to create glass. So over this way, when we were doing our mapping in the last episode, we found kind of a bit of an area where there was a lot of sand around water. So let me go ahead and get rid of this slime real quick. And let's just kind of run off in this direction. Let's hop up here. And I believe we can get to it this way. Okay. And there we go. We see we got a nice big beach with lots and lots of sand there. And a nice big hole here we got to be careful not to fall into. So, oh, there's lots of sand over here. So let's come around this way. And it's kind of precarious there. You can see the particles. So the sand is just barely hanging there. So if we go ahead and scoop up one of these, you'll see, well, there we go. Nice big mess of sand. But let's just go ahead and dig up a bunch of this sand. You need a shovel in order to do it. It's the fastest way to do it. Just like you do with dirt and gravel. Let's get ourselves quite a bit of sand. That is sandstone there. You dig far enough under stone or sand, you usually find sandstone. Sandstone's a very nice looking block. But we're not going to need it right now. How much sand do I have? 47. I'm going to get a full stack here of 64 if I can. Let's go ahead and get one more. 64. Okay. Jump back up here and let's head back over to our smelter array. And there it is. Let's see how we're doing. And we're still going here. Got 19 left. Let's go ahead and let's open this top chest. I'm going to throw in this whole stack of sand. And what's going to happen is as soon as all this cobblestone finishes smelting, the sand will come in and then it'll begin the smelting process and it will come out as glass. So we're going to let that do its thing. Next thing I want to do is I want to find some clay. Now, clay is something that you find in shallow waters. So let's come down here, and we're surrounded by a swamp, so we got plenty of shallow water. And I know for a fact that there's some over here because I saw it earlier. So if we come out here, and you can see this is fairly shallow, and that's just dirt there. We wander around a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see this very well, but there's kind of a grayish block here. Now if we go ahead and we dig that up, let me jump down here, let's pick it up, let's come back up, and we'll look at our inventory, and there we have clay. Alright, let's go to sleep real quick, and then I'll come back and I will dig up the rest of that clay. Got a creeper. Okay, let's take a look here what we've got. Okay, we're still in the middle of our stone. It's almost there. We've got the sand is now in the hoppers ready to go. We just got to wait for the stone to finish up and then the glass will start. Now, with the clay, let's see, I've got a stack plus 52. That's gunpowder from killing the creeper. There's a couple of things you can do with clay. If you take the clay balls and you put them in the smelter, then you wind up getting bricks. You can also take clay, I'm trying to remember here, is it, okay, if you take and put 4 of them down, then you get a big block of clay, which you can break down. Now if you smelt the big block of clay, then you get hardened clay. And once it's hardened clay, there's not much else you can do with it. You can stain it different colors and use it for building, but that's pretty much it. But in the state it's in now, I could take that, let me go ahead and swap it out here. I can put that back down like that, come over here, hit it with my shovel, and then it turns back into 4 clay balls. So let's just take a little bit of the clay and I'm going to toss, let's say, yeah, let's go ahead and toss half of that stack in there. And we'll go ahead and let that smelt up too. Move that out of my inventory. So while that's doing that, we'll just come back as soon as all that's finished. All right. So you can see we've got our stone smelted, we've got our glass smelted, and we've got our bricks. So let's go ahead and grab these out of here, and I want to show you how to make a couple of things out of these real quick before we end this episode out. First of all, let's start off with the clay. It's pretty easy. I'm going to put one here, one here, one here like this, and that's going to make a flower pot. If I take, I believe it's 4, yep, like that, this makes a brick block. So we still got plenty of bricks to mess around with and do other things. Now with stone, I'm going to take, I'm going to put one here, one here, one here, one here like this, and this gives us stone bricks. Now if I put stone bricks in the furnace and smelt it, they turn into cracked stone bricks. So another thing we can do is if I take stone here and here, that'll make a stone pressure plate. If I put it there for a 3 across, that makes stone slabs. Now slabs are important because they're actually a half a block tall. And if I put down, let me go ahead and put that down here in my hot bar. And if I put this slab down here, you see it's half the size of this. Important thing about slabs is mobs can't spawn on top of a slab if it's on the bottom half. If it's on, say if I put this slab here, a mob can spawn on top of that, but they can't spawn on this one here because it's the lower half of the slab. Alright, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take some glass. I'm going to put one in each of these bottom 6, and that will make glass panes. So we have glass blocks and we have glass panes. So the panes look better for windows, glass blocks are nice for other things. You can use the blocks for windows as well, but the panes look a little nicer. So those are a few things that we can do here. We've built our auto-smelter, fairly easy to do. You can make these as big as you want, just keep more and more and more as long as you've got the iron and the chest to make the hoppers in the first place. Furnaces themselves are just cobblestone, so they're dirt cheap to make. So they're a great thing. The only issue with them is you do get experience from actually smelting and taking items out of the furnace. With the auto smelter, you don't get that experience because it's automatically pulling the items out. But if you want to craft or smelt a whole bunch of items fairly quickly, this is the way to do it. If you want to get a little bit of experience, then build a whole bunch of just regular furnaces and chuck the items in manually, and that way you can collect the experience off of them that way. Anyways, until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.